An open letter to Big Night Live from Blake.
Hi, I go to a lot of concerts, and I like to think that I know a thing or two. Big Night Live is a venue that has become popular recently. It's located right at the North Station T-stop right next to TD Garden, and so a lot of people have been coming there. However, it's awful. To give you an idea of the vibe of Big Night Live, it's trying to be a trendy sports bar with arcades that has a club feel. It's all one big open space. It is weird and terrible for the purpose that they use it for. One positive of it is that since it is one big open space, it has a wider stage, meaning there's more room at Barricade, which is something that can make a big difference in experience for fans to get to be that close. The shows I've seen there are, I saw Palais Royale there, I saw Lovely the Band there, and I saw IDK How there just this past Friday. Now, one of the most immediately obvious problems with Big Night Live that you will encounter is the mixing. Mixing is the level of volume and the way things sound through the speakers. Now, I don't know what the problem was, or it was the sound engineer's first day, but when I saw Lovely the Band, they were real enthusiastic about drums. All I could hear was the drums. Other times, they'll really love vocals. It really changes from person to person. Sometimes backing tracks will be way too loud. Sometimes the bass is turned up so high that it just glitches out. It's an experience. Speaking of glitching out, there's constant equipment malfunctions. When I saw Lovely the Band, the whole time the speakers at the front of the stage were actively smoking, and I could smell and see the smoke. You can also see throughout the set musicians looking side stage and going, more so than in a regular concert. Something you might also see at a regular concert is musicians wear these things called in-ears. That means they have a specific track that they're hearing that is different from everybody else to help them play. Now, sometimes musicians will take their in-ears out or just one out to hear the noise of the crowd and maybe take a sentimental moment to go, wow, they really love this song. However, when every musician does it multiple times for an extended period of time, that means that the mix for their in-ears is either throwing off their playing or is so messed up that it's hurting their ears. So even if you can't see that malfunction from the crowd side, when you know what you're looking for, it is obvious that it is impairing the performers. Another way that they impair performers is their habit of double booking nights. This has happened to me 2 times now. They will have a main concert that opens doors ridiculously early at like 5:30 p.m. and then at 10:30 p.m. have another concert or Charlie party where they play Charlie XCX music, but she's not even there. However, booking these 2 events so close together means that performers don't have proper time to set up, which often leads to having to share drum sets, not being able to complete a proper encore, skipping songs on the set list. And afterwards, the fans are completely rushed out by security before they have any chance to talk to anybody or buy any merchandise. It's just very clear that they want you out of there as soon as possible to make room for the next act, to pump as much money out of that night as possible. Also, an example of this, when it's not being directly mentioned that, oh, let's just pretend we did an encore, was I'm one of those types of people that I like to talk to the band afterwards. And one of the ways you do this is after the show, you see where their bus is and you hang out for a bit, and it's usually an hour and a half, 2 hours of the musicians, you know, getting ready, washing up, relaxing, and then they will come out and go to their bus. And there's a group of people and you say hi, and if they don't want to, then they don't say hi. It's normal, it's chill. However, the few times I have done this at Big Night Live, they have come out in 30 to 45 minutes, which is not an adequate amount of time to pack things up and properly decompress after a show, and you can tell. Other smaller gripes I have are their security. I recently lined up and camped out for a concert for 4 hours, and in this time we were actually not allowed to form a line until an hour before doors. Doors is when they let you in, but before music. And there was a security guard that was actually very nice in that time, but once we got inside, finally, after finally being allowed to line up and stop loitering in the cold, in the line you weren't allowed to sit down, but the security inside was much more hostile and clearly did not enjoy the line of work that they were in, and was very aggressive about everybody just moving as fast as they could. And again, getting on with it, more so than in other venues. I also question how VIP works in that, because 2 of the concerts I've been to had a VIP section. VIP usually occurs in a separate section of a venue and has things like a meet and greet line for photographs. They do VIP at Big Night Live, but it's all one big room. So I live in curiosity as to how that works. Do they have people just line up on the floor? What is going on in there? I am so curious. I am planning on asking some connections I have with other concert goers what their experience there has been like, but I hear resoundingly negative opinions from every encounter I have there and every person I know that has gone to other concerts there as well. So please fix this, and bands, please stop performing at Big Night Live.